Well, I started referring to most of my work as environmental art. I like to work with natural phenomena, such as wind, sound, light, and other ephemeral kinds of materials.
What's exciting about Doug's work is that he deals with natural phenomenon, and I think his work has pretty much always been committed to capturing something unique about the site. Doug's very good at going in and figuring out what could benefit, what should be maybe enhanced, and what should be decreased in terms of your experience at a particular location. In the case of Longbridge Park, we have airplanes flying, we have trains passing by, we have car traffic not too far away. And one of the things he determined was we didn't need any additional noise, and he has actually a track record for producing sound pieces, so he figured this was not the place for that. But I think he was interested in figuring out a way to play on the light and the wind to create a vertical experience in what is primarily a horizontal facility, and to really draw your attentions to these elements which we tend to take for granted when we're outdoors. We may enjoy being outdoors but not really be thinking about what makes it an enjoyable experience. What Doug was able to do as the artist, who thinks a little differently, frankly, than a landscape architect or the other design and engineering professionals involved in the project, he was able to listen to the conversation and chime in places where he saw an opportunity. And an opportunity really is, with good public artists and seasoned public artists, tend to take the shape of problem solving. You tend to ask the artists to think about areas where you haven't been able to apply design solutions that you're confident will work. So the idea was to give Doug the hard parts, frankly, and I think they hadn't really figured out how to give the facility visibility from a distance. I think these wave arbors provided a shade element that they hadn't quite figured out. They provide an interruption in a fairly long colonnade sideline to the fields, and create a little bit of a, how do I say, an interruption that is welcome in a fairly uniform design.
It's trying to really make people more aware of the actions of the wind or the actions of water, and to a large degree, I'd like the works to be interactive to some degree, not just kinetic, but something that can engage a range of people's senses and physically involve them at times with the work. So, and it's very much about making places more than objects.
This is a very proud and active and involved community, and what better way to say we care than to make our civic facilities look as good and be as unique and distinguished as possible, and public art does that.